right, we got update number 2 now. This is week 2 abroad, and we started out strong with a show called Dancing at Lunasa. Now, this show was so beautiful. The set alone was insane. It was a memory play told through the story of Michael, or through the eyes of Michael. And it told his story growing up with his mother and 4 aunts. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen. Day 9, we went and actually toured the Theatre Royal at Drury Lane. The most beautiful theater ever, but the best part, I think, was all the talk about the many ghosts that haunt the theater. I was super fascinated by this person they called the Man in Gray. They took us into the tunnels and told us all about the theater. And the Man in Gray was somebody who was a ghost that was like repeatedly seen. And it turns out they found, like when they were redoing the theater, they found a hole in the wall. And in this hole, right where, the Man in Gray always was seen. That was so messed up. That was crazy. Right where he was seen, they found the body of a man who was stabbed. So there's some truth to this little tale. We also saw a bomb that fell in the building during World War II, but it was never ignited. So that was super, super fascinating. It was weird to see the thing that was supposed to ruin a building inside of the building. I don't know if that makes any sense, but wild. For day 10, we started off strong with a stage combat workshop, and here are a few highlights from that.
I'm his only friend!
You can't talk to me like that. Come here, I'm not done with you. Oh no, you are such a bummer. Hey, you missed a spot. Huh? Right, keep up! Okay, you think you're tough, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Oh, bye. Come here, good night. Oh, hope your insurance covers humiliation. Oh no!
Perfect, thank you. The show we saw that night was actually Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and if you would have told me that this would have been one of my favorite shows when I first got here, I would have laughed in your face. But it was gorgeous. CGI and movie effects are super cool as well, but there's just something about seeing practical effects on stage that is mesmerizing. It felt like we were watching a magic show, which is fitting for it being a Harry Potter show and all, but just the most extraordinary effects. It was, I don't know how else to describe it other than mesmerizing. I absolutely loved it. I loved every second of it. They had the coolest set, and the directing was fantastic, but the set itself, y'all, they had these giant arches that would actually move onto the set to create like new spaces and different things happening. It was just overall unlike anything that we see in Texas at all. The movement sequences, the directing, the set, the lighting, the effects. 10 out of 10 would recommend Harry Potter. However, the show was really long, so we ended up going to a pub afterwards, and we found this place called O'Neill's, and me and a few of my friends just danced it up for a few hours.
Sugar, we're going down swinging.
Day 11 started bright and early with a tour of the Globe Theater, Shakespeare's Globe. It was crazy because we found out it's all made out of wood. Even the pillars that look like marble are not. They're just painted to look like it. It was crazy being in a space that is such a close representation of where people were actually performing hundreds and hundreds of years ago. They actually had Shakespeare's first folio, and they had the Queen's dress, which used to take 3 hours for the actor to get into. While this one was a replica, we went to the original site of where the first globe was. They only know this because they found a bunch of hazelnut shells, which is what people used to eat when they went to the theater. So we know where the spot is where the globe was, and if you go there now, the actual theater itself, the stage floor, sits about 2 feet below where the actual ground is now. But it was cool to still be able to stand in the same spot as all of these great actors and writers and artists stood. I can't imagine living in one of the apartments near here, and like the amount of inspiration that would bring somebody is just insane to me. After that, we went to the Borough Market, and I had the best sandwich of my entire life. And we ended the night by watching A Midsummer's Night Dream in the Globe Theater in our own booth. Y'all, I felt like a famous person. I loved having my own booth, and you could look down on the groundlings, is what they were called.
We're the fanciest.
We're having a ball.
Hey, this is what we get for showing up early or on.
It was a very submersive Shakespearean experience. I've never felt energy like that in an open air theater. It's just something else. For day 12, we actually just went to another acting workshop along with class with Marjorie as usual. And this weekend I've been cracking down on studying and getting all my ducks in a row for these final projects. It's been kind of overwhelming just because we have so much to do every single day on top of the schoolwork, but we're managing, we are getting it done, and it's been worth it every second. So I'm excited to see what the final week is gonna bring me, and I will tune in and check in with y'all then. So bye, have a great night.